everyone, and welcome to the RV Inspection and Care podcast and video. I'm Dwayne. I'm a certified RV inspector, and today we're going to be talking about the best Class A gas-powered RVs for full-time living and travel. And you know, when people think about full-time life, they often think about Class A RVs. And Class A diesel pushers are the gold standard for full-time travel and camping. There are several reasons for that. Number one, you have more living space, usually. There's lots more amenities and luxuries in them in many cases, and they're just great touring RVs. And finally, diesel pushers are often built to a higher standard, sometimes a much higher standard than most other types of RVs. But what about gas-powered Class A motorhomes? Can they even be considered for full-time travel and living as well? Well, the truth is that many RVs, if not most of them, are just not built to hold up to the extra stresses and pressures that full-time living can bring. What happens when you try to do that and use them that way, they just start breaking down faster and sooner. And the truth is that not all gas Class A RVs are built for full-time living either. There's a lot of cheaper, more entry-level gas Class A's out there on the market, and they sort of fall into that category. They're really just not made for full-timing. Now, they may be fine for other things, like for instance, for weekenders, for vacations, for occasional use. They will hold up just fine for that. Now, there are many who seem to want to try to use them as full-time living RVs because they're so much less expensive. But after a while, they usually realize that's really not a good idea. And eventually they start trading up to a more robust rig later on down the line. Now, does that mean though then that there are no gas Class A's that are good for full-time RV life? Well, actually there are some that I feel can stand up to the rigors of full-timing, and they're built well enough to handle those extra stresses. So we're going to talk about 3 models and brands that I think you should consider for full-time living. Number 1 on the list, and no one's going to be surprised about this if you have followed my channel for a while. Number 1 is Newmar, and they make the Baystar, and that's a great gas-powered Class A. Newmar's been building RVs for more than 50 years. They just simply have a better quality, appearance, construction. Everything about them is just a little better than their competition. Now, the good news about Newmar is they give you lots of choices in this gas Class A category. First of all, you can choose from 11 different floor plans. I mean, that's really great. The chances are that you're going to find something in there that you're going to like. But not only that, they have a wide range of lengths to choose from as well. They go all the way down to 30 feet. And that's great for RVers that like to be able to get into smaller spots, camping areas, and who like to boondock and things like that. But they can go all the way from 30 feet up to 38 feet. So that's a lot of flexibility to choose from. In my opinion, the Baystar is a great value for the money. Now, number 2 on my list is Tiffin, and they make the Allegro Open Road. Now, Tiffin's been building quality RVs for over 45 years, and they have a great reputation among their owners, not only for quality of the product itself, but for exceptional customer service too. And they have been iconic in this gas Class A category. Now, when we look at their stats, it's not quite as broad as Newmar. They have 5 floor plans to choose from, and that's still pretty good. You're probably going to find what you want in there, and the length of their RVs will probably be a little more restricted, between 34 and 38 feet. So not quite as much choice with Tiffin, but still, there's a lot there to choose from. Number 3 on the list is the Winnebago Adventurer. Winnebago's been building motorhomes since 1966. Now let me pause for a moment and let's reflect on the history of these 3 companies. Did you notice anything that's in common? Yes, they have been building RVs for a long time. They know what they're doing. They have very good people. Many of them have been with them for years. They have their construction processes down, so that's why they perform so well. Winnebago is well known for building motorhomes, even more so than any other kind of RV that they build. They are also one of the largest RV builders on the planet. Now, unfortunately, they don't have a wide range to choose from. They only have 3 floor plans, and the lengths you choose from are between 35 and 37 feet. So it's a little more restrictive, but don't count Winnebago out. Make sure you take a look at them. Well, those are the 3 brands and models that I wanted to recommend for you today for full-time gas Class A living. But there's a couple of very important things I want to leave you with here as well. Number 1, many RV builders are still struggling with quality control at their factories after COVID has decimated their workforce. So understand that. Know what you're dealing with. As a result of that, my recommendation is get an RV inspection, no matter whether it's a new or a used RV that you're buying. And then when the inspector gives you the list of things that need to be addressed, get them all taken care of by the dealer before you take delivery, and you'll have a pleasant RV buying experience in most cases. Now, the next thing I want to mention is all of the RVs I mentioned today, and pretty much most of the gas Class A RVs in general that are sold these days are built on the Ford chassis. The Ford chassis is very proven. It's very reliable over the years, but it has an Achilles heel, and that is the ride and handling problems. This is a historical issue with them. So now I've made a video to help you understand how to deal with those issues and resolve them to a large degree. So I'll put the link to that video in both the description of the podcast and the video, and you can read up on that as well. The final thing I want to mention is there are other Class A gas-powered RVs other than the ones I just mentioned that I feel you should consider as well. And if you download my Class A buying guidebook, well, I will work with you personally. We can discuss your situation and what you need, what your budget is, and help you find the brands and models that will fit your situation best. In the meantime, the RVs that I mentioned in this video today, well, they're a great place to start when you're looking for quality Class A gas-powered RVs for both full-time living and adventure. And that's it for now. Have safe and happy travels, my friends. Until next time.